Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. I am JB, and of course, with me is Mark Marsh.
Hey everybody.
So the boys are officially back in town. Now, for people watching this, we've not had a week off. We've not had 2 weeks off. We've been there consistently. But behind the scenes, we have been taking a little bit of a break. So we're now back and invigorated. And it's hoodie season again, which is crazy. Like, where did the summer go? It feels
Oh,
like we only had like 3 episodes where I was in a t-shirt. And now we're back to
here's
hoodies.
me in a shirt.
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe I'm more susceptible to the cold. Who knows? But we've got an interesting topic, one that I think is going to excite a lot of people, and that is if we need a Scooby-Doo theme park. Because we know the big boys like Universal, they've got their theme park, Disney have a theme park, and now even Nintendo are starting to branch off into that. So I'm wondering, Mark, what's your thoughts on a Scooby-Doo theme park, and if that could be something that was workable?
See, if we do a Scooby-Doo theme park, a haunted mansion would be the best way to do it. Because think about the intro, it's always been that creepy mansion. We were going to go for Where Are You? They should just make a massive big place and have like a haunted high rise just experience through there being chased around. You could think like, what was it, that those locked rooms and that incorporate with Scooby-Doo. So you're trapped in there with a ghost or some sort of monster, and it's down to you to solve the mystery. You can have your little panic room Scooby-Doo moment.
Yeah, you know
That
what?
would be
Let's
such a fun idea.
I love that idea, and actually, I think you've almost kicked off something of a structure that I'm going to start trying to implement. So, for the first section, let's discuss rides. So that's a really good one. That Haunted Mansion ride, the Haunted Mansion attraction. I think that is absolutely amazing. Now, the thing that I'm going to throw in the ring is a little bit expanding upon that, but it's about living the tropes of Scooby-Doo. Because, you go to Disney for the magic and whatnot. For Scooby, you kind of want to immerse yourself. So, you get like those Hall of Mirror things. I want them to
Yeah.
find a way to try and make that into something a little bit more like a corridor chase scene or something to do with optical illusions where you can walk into one door and pop out the other one, like, or even just like different levels so people watching you from the outside to see you as doing that. I think that would just be like one of the coolest things ever.
So you can't see them, but they can see you.
Yeah, and you like doing the corridor chase scenes.
That
Maybe
would
get some like
be
classic music playing.
because you just it's the suspense as well, knowing that you can't tell if this is the actual personality or just a reflection of them.
That would be
That's the
quite
bit that I
creepy.
hate.
And it'll be a bit like Cyber Chase as well, with that kind of wacky fun house and stuff like that there. I think that would be amazing. I think the obvious choices to go to for Scooby-Doo theme park, they've kind of already got this at like Movie World in Australia and stuff, but Spooky Island, that would be,
That
if
would
you
be
could
good.
visit Spooky Island, that would be the
Make a whole
coolest thing.
island just Scooby-Doo related, and it just have everything from the movies to the shows incorporated on that island. I will definitely say that would make a lot of money
Yeah.
because you can take it any around the world, like any time of year could be different. Each season changes. There's a different theme going on the island.
Oh,
You
see,
can
that would
incorporate
be
it.
awesome because you've got stuff. What was it? Just around here, you can go down to Watford and do that for Harry Potter, and they
Yeah,
do like themed, Hogwarts in the winter, Hogwarts at Halloween. It'd be interesting for them to lean into that. Now, one thing that is kind of sad about that is for the Christmas one, it will just be Christmas, but you're in Scooby-Doo world. It'd be cool if we had a little bit more Christmas specials to reference and lean into. I mean, obviously, you could have had holiday haunts, but there could have been some more along that way, I feel like. But for the Halloween one, that would be absolutely
Halloween one, you,
amazing.
you can go crazy with amount of villains
Yeah.
that you can change each year. You get the
Make it
tar
new.
monster one year. You can have
Oh, I'd
Mr.
love
Hyde
that.
another year. You can have the giggling green ghost chasing you around.
And also, depending on how up to date people are, in like Disney, you can have like the Disney parade, so that's different characters, like the kind of, dancing about. For the Halloween, you could almost have Coco Diablo's fashion show, and that's you've got Coco leading the way, and because in that canon she supposedly designed a lot of the villain outfits, you could then have villains almost following along like a villain
Yeah,
showcase. I
and
think
then
that'd be
she
cool.
can customize your own villain costume.
or even if they want to go a bit more high budget in terms of what people are going to be aware of, because I guess they'll be banking on everyone watching Trick or Treat. Maybe they'll think more people have watched, say, Monsters Unleashed, and you can make it, the Monster Hive. Could you imagine the Monster Hive as a ride? Oh,
You're terrified.
that
Or
would
do
be
you
actually amazing.
in what's new Scooby-Doo when the mission machine gets taken over, they can do a ride where you're being chased by the mission machine.
See that would be feasible as
Instead of
well.
Indiana Jones running from the boulder, you pretty much run away from the mission
Du-du-du-du-du.
machine.
With like the green lights and
Yeah.
everything. There's a lot that they can reference. And we're even now just thinking about all these different rides. I think it's a really interesting topic to lean into in terms of like what is going to be referenced. Because I try to bring, Trick or Treat and stuff into it. Do you think that if there is going to be a Scooby-Doo theme park, do you think it would be more like theatrical releases, so the live action movies and Scoob, or do you think we can get some almost even Zombie Island representation in there?
I feel like the main approach would be to focus on the theatrical, but also incorporate certain elements of the animated shows. And with their certain either with the mysteries or the topics from them. Like you said with Zombie Island, I feel like that would be a great take. Because if you own a bit of swamp land, stuck a mansion in there, boom, film your own live action Zombie Island. I'll pay money to see that,
Oh yeah.
just to experience, even if it's just like for a ride or whatever, experience, I'm on set or something that could happen.
See, I'm thinking about comparisons now because you've got, It's a Small World at Disney. Even something as you've got a replica of Jacques. What is it? It's like a little ferry. It's a boat that he takes them like to Moonscar Island in. You get a replica of that, and you just, you ride around the moor or ride around the swamp, and you just see set pieces on the side like being played out. Like they could even use audio from the movie, like and then one section it could be Terror Time again, and you see that people just as zombies chasing Mystery Inc. Like even just something where you're not necessarily on Moonscar Island, but you're on the swamps watching the events of the movie unfold. I think that would be such a cool thing. A bit
Watch it
creepy, but
unfold.
cool. You can even have like
Because
Rojo.
it's zombies and that, like they're creepy as hell.
See, that would be a good like Halloween
Because you
thing.
can have like the zombies attack
Oh
the
yeah.
the members of the staff or the audience to make it more lifelike.
I'd love that. I'd actually see the core four of the original animations. I think they all need a feature. So for Witch's Ghost, I'm not quite sure. I mean, like we were saying with Halloween, we could almost just have a Witch's Ghost aesthetic or Oakhaven. They could recreate Oakhaven. I
Yeah,
think that
because
would be
Witch's
cool.
Ghost had the best plot twist.
Oh yeah, with like the double in this
Yeah,
too.
the double, yeah.
Like
Because
not
you've got
only is it the monsters are real, but they're not really. Oh yes, they are. I
oh
think that
no,
was
we just made it
amazing.
all up. Oh wait, they are real.
I think
Instead of
that
just
was
like,
cool. Oh, and a Hex Girls ride.
or even better, a Hex Girl band play
You
to
know
have a
what?
concert, just have the Hex Girls just perform.
We'll have a few
They already got like five
moments
songs, so perfect.
to suggest like some more rides if you want, but then I kind of want to get on to like characters. So, do you have any more rides that you think would be cool to see or anything like that?
They can do like a ghost ship ride
Oh wow, yeah. Oh,
because
go
they can
shit.
create the fake fog because they got fog machines now, and you can just experience, you know, Redbeard and his crew and that,
Oh, I went on
or
this thing at
or
Universal
do
where
do a
Jaws popped
cruise.
up. You could even have like Captain Cutler rising up from the water.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
that
have
would be
a
amazing.
or just have like a ghost ship cruise
Mm.
where you're just being taken over by ghost pirates.
See, that'd be cool.
That'd
And
be
to make it kid
creepy.
friendly as well, like if you don't want to go completely creepy, you can just play like
Yeah,
those funny songs from like Pirates Ahoy, like that's the way we go. Da, 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 da. Like just make it kind of fun. But I think there will be a few spooky sections in there. I'm just trying to think of other things I'd like to see. I mean, there's the standard. I'd love to be able to have a tour around the Coolsville Museum from Monsters Unleashed. To have all like the villain costumes there. That'd
I'm
be
surprised they haven't
awesome.
done a museum yet because people would. Because what was it? There's a Hogwarts museum. For Harry
Yeah, you got
Potter, it's just
Hogwarts. I think there's multiple. There's like where they actually filmed them in
yeah,
Watford here, or near here.
and
But
it's
then I
like
think there's several others
they
in
can, they can do
Universal.
that with the Coolsville one because with Mission Incorporated, you pretty much throw props in there like Scrappy Doo, and have like a tour guide ignore Scrappy Doo. Oh, we don't talk about that. Let's move on.
We're gonna have like the Damon writers. Oh, it'd be so cool if there was a
Because
guide.
you could throw in a mirror from Ghoul Scum, but this is the mirror that Shaggy's alter ego came out of. But we advise you not to look at it.
I'd think it'd be cool if you had like a guide taking you around the park, and if you paid for like an experience or something, there were like subtle hints throughout the tour, and then at the end it was revealed that your tour guide there's like an Emil Mondavarius Scrappy Doo in them, and they like just pop out but then get electrocuted, and then I think that would be funny. I think that'd be really
And
funny.
they get carried away.
But yeah, I guess kind of moving on. A hallmark about a lot of these parks is, you go to Super Nintendo World, you meet Mario and Luigi, Disney, you get Donald Duck, Goofy. So, who do you think you should be able to meet at a Scooby-Doo theme park?
Obviously, should have people in the costumes of the villains roaming around, and then have a because think of it, there's only 5 Mystery Inc. members, but there's so many villains. I guess you could have cameo like players like side characters make an appearance through the park, like Sheriff Bronston just walking around
Pretty
as
cool.
the security on site, just walking around casually, telling people just ignore the monsters and all that, and then you can have like the Mystery Inc. gang roaming around asking people there to help solve the mystery by handing out clues to them, or
Yeah, that would
do
be
clues
fun. Those
hunts,
like
how high
interactive
clues around the
videos.
park.
I would like that a lot. And I love the Sheriff Bronson's doing because he could almost be like a funny thing, like running around telling
I
people.
feel like he made Mystery Incorporated just by him being there, made it so much more wholesome.
Mm,
It just shows that side characters do become sort of like the main party in its own sense. There's also the
yeah.
voice as well, like the voice
Yeah,
actors
Patrick
have
Warburton.
it just does so many. And then when you hear his voice, I think he's perfect. If they ever bring back that character, he has to voice it again.
It's kind of sad because they were gonna bring back his character for Holiday Horn, and I'm really upset that we won't get to see it. I mean, hopefully we will one day.
Well, we got Crypto 2 out, so it's
That'll
only a
be
matter of
fun.
time
I mean,
before they
fingers
might break.
crossed.
Yeah, they might break and be like, all right, we've seen the sales of Crypto 2, but I guess we can release the Haunted Rise one. Because what was it? This technically makes it the first animated movie this year.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, yeah, the
I'm
first.
judging by when it's released,
I ain't counting
probably
Velma
only.
because Velma is not out on physical; it's only HBO exclusive.
Yeah, I don't think you get it in the UK, but there's so many interesting characters. I mean, I think the villains will be the main portion of all of them, because when you think about the human characters, apart from the main Mystery Inc. gang, there's not many that have been developed except for the regulars and Mystery Incorporated. I mean, you could throw a Crystal and Amber in there, but I don't know if you'll bank on everyone knowing who they are. Same with
Well,
Coco
to be
and
fair, they left and they
stuff.
haven't come back since.
I mean,
And
I'd be up for like an alien little section,
I'm still
alien
waiting for
world.
them to come back, but also as well, like you can't say aliens aren't real. They took their true form in front of them. Are you telling me they double crossed them?
I would be up for different variations of the gang, because you could have your standard, like they could have like different sections. So you could have, Coolsville be like the main plaza, and that's where people dressed up as the Where Are You gang should show. They could show up. You could almost have a little cyber chase section that's dedicated to gaming. So not necessarily rides, but you can have
Yeah.
arcades and interactives. Like I don't know, I don't want to say hooker duck because that makes me sound so old, but stuff to that equivalent, like fun
Because
novelty
when you try
things.
and map out the Scooby area, they never really, in most of the shows, spend time in Crystal Cove. It's only in Mystery Incorporated where they spent time actually in the area where the
Ooh.
mysteries happened. But when you look at all the other shows, they venture out to other parts of the world, but
See,
they
that would
only
be
hint.
interesting because I'm thinking Coolsville, cyberspace, But Crystal Cove there is such a cool concept. You can almost make that the more like for more teens and upwards. Like the Crystal Cove could be the more horror side of
Yeah,
things. I think that, or you could just call it Moonscar Island. But yeah, that would be amazing. But also as well, I think a Hanna-Barbera section in general would be cool. Or again, like I'd say, a Spooky Island section, and you could get like people dressed up as the live action Mystery Inc. gang there. That would be
which
where I'd spend all my time. I'd just be hanging about there, chilling, looking for Melvin Doo. I mean, you get to meet Melvin Doo, that'd be funny. But yeah, the Spooky Island section would be cool. I think there's a lot of things that they could do with this. And in terms of that, like, what do you think about us meeting different variations of the gang? Do you think that they would do that, or do you think it would be confusing if there's like multiple versions running around?
I think if there's multiple versions running around, it might confuse many of the younger generation, but they won't know about the old generation looks that we're used to. Because they change every single year. They try and keep the concept of the uniforms the same, the color schemes and that, but the designs of them change dramatically, especially in the latest ones now. Like compared to how they used to look in plain clothes, now they look more like the way designer stuff.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But I kind of have like a little vision in my mind. Obviously, you've got like live action Shaggy meeting Mystery Incorporated Shaggy, and they could do like the Spider-Man meme. I think that would just be like a
Oh,
really
put
funny
it around.
thing. They're like you, no you.
It's like a
But
Looney Tunes back in action where you pretty much got
oh,
the live action Shaggy interacting with the cartoon counterpart.
see, I would absolutely love that. That
Because they
would be
could definitely
amazing.
recreate that. That was probably the best moment ever seeing that happen. Just throwing it in there.
Hmm. And now, kind of moving on to another section, I kind of want to touch on merch because I think one thing that I really miss hunting down, and I know that this is probably still a thing in America, but you ever get like a bit of merch that you find on eBay or just out and about, and it says Warner Brothers Studios store on it? I love all that merch, and I think it would be cool to have like exclusive Scooby-Doo, theme park merch. So, what type of merch would you like to see integrated within that?
For me, I like collecting figures because I feel like they could be displayed better and it wouldn't take up as much room as anything else. So, like any figurines that they can do exclusively for that, where it could be all the Hanna-Barbera characters, not just Scooby-Doo. So you can go on the hunt to collect them all, like pop vinyls, but actual figures.
Yeah, almost like I think like Hot Toys, I think would be
Yeah,
cool. But then
like
again,
I'm down for the backpacks, the lunch boxes, or just the
mm,
toys, or the clothes and that. Like I'm down for all that as well. But have something unique for hardcore collectors, like figurines and that there as well. Like that would definitely draw people in.
yeah, they gotta have rare and bespoke merch for sure, and those figures definitely would be there. I'm in full. Maybe it's because this is my first one back from holiday. I am in full on tourist mode, so I am thinking Scooby-Doo World magnets, Scooby-Doo World snow globes, like something that isn't necessarily a collectible to say this is something super rare. Look, I've got it, but more this is like a memento having visited this place. I think it's something like that. Just standard stuff would be
Like
cool.
like you get those travel postcards to send home to people.
Yeah, or a
They can have
keychain.
them, but it's like got custom Scooby Doo locations where the gang's been,
Oh,
and
that'd
they were
be
like, that'd be
yeah.
quite good to send off, and also give people a nice, let me visit there then as a next destination.
That'd be absolutely incredible. But I guess the nitty-gritty of the topic is one, if this were to materialize, where do you think is the most viable place for them to open this place up? And how likely do you think it is that we get this anytime soon?
If they ever do open a park, I don't think it would open up in the UK. I
No.
think it would have to be a states exclusive park. And if they were going to do it, it probably won't happen till like 2 or 3 years down the line. The way you got to build it, prep it, and all that, and then it's just seeing how it goes for the first few years. But I doubt we'll get anything here because where the UK is, not many people are going to come out.
Unless you
Whereas
make it
we
London,
would
but
fly out, especially when I make a big size park as well.
also you got to get somewhere with good weather, I'd imagine. Like not most. I mean, I don't know how America
Because
works,
even
but
if you did it just a Scooby Doo only park, you can also just like instead of doing Scooby Doo only, do a Hanna-Barbera park where you can have all the characters, not just a gang. You can have all the Hanna-Barbera shows that exist, like Funky Phantom, um, the Wacky Racers. You can actually do a Wacky Racers ghost, like circuit track
yeah,
where
like
you
a
can
Mario
just
Kart ride.
yeah,
You
but
could
it's
have
all the
like
Wacky Racers.
the Mystery Machine, the Mean Machine. You could have Penelope Pitstop's car. There's a lot that you could do with that. It's just, I think there would be a massive fight between every kid there to be in the Mystery Machine because I don't know how many of them would know about Wacky Racers, like classic Wacky Racers. That's the thing. Like once Scooby Doo gets its name out there, if it starts focusing on more big budget things, and if the name of Hanna Barbera characters start to be brought
I,
back into
I
relevancy,
think
I think that'd
people
be
would know
amazing.
some bit of Wacky Racers because of Dick Dastardly in Scoob movie. I feel like that opened people's eyes to a potential reoccurring villain because I feel like he should definitely make his comeback for another attempt at the gang. Now he has a personal grudge against them.
Mhm. That'd be fun. That'd be another cool thing as well. You could almost have one ride that's like a spiritual sequel to another one. Like not like a heavy in-depth plot one, but just more like say when the Luna Ghost at the end of the first live action movie says, "I'll get you for this." There could be one
Yeah,
simple roller coaster ride that's just called The Revenge of the Luna Ghost. Like stuff like that. So yeah, I think that pretty much does it. I mean, I'm very much on the same page as you where they'll definitely need to open this up in America. For all I would love this to be in the UK, it's just not seeming really possible. But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. They're going to need some time to build this up, but it is my dream location for them to open up. But for the people watching, please let us know in the comment section if you would visit a Scooby-Doo theme park, what you'd want it to be called, what ride you'd want there, and the character you'd want to meet the most. I think that would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, that does it for this topic. Mark, where can people find you on the internet?
you can find me over on my YouTube channel or over on Twitter at Luigi or Instagram at Mark Marsh 94.
Hey, so that is incredible. That'll be in the description down below. If you do want to see more episodes from us, then please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.